All right, welcome back everyone. Boy, it's a snowy day out there today, and we have a project that is just suited for a day such as this. So a couple of days ago, Mrs. From the Woods celebrated her birthday, and I won't say what year it is, but it was one of the milestone birthdays, and I got her a special gift. Now I know what you guys are thinking, it's a waffle iron, but no, I'm much more romantic than that. So we're going to reveal what I got for Mrs. From the Woods for her birthday, and we're going to try it out, and hope that you enjoy this video. Let's get started. So here's the big reveal. Being a romantic such as I am, I got Mrs. From the Woods a snowblower. So we've been thinking about this for years because Mrs. From the Woods does all the shoveling around the shop, and I'll show you what she has to take care of and why we thought we needed a snowblower. But I was on Facebook Marketplace and came across this next to new Husqvarna ST224. So it's a 24-inch two-stage snowblower with a 208cc engine on there. It's got 6 forward gears and 1 reverse, and chute control. That is the top portion there, up and down, and we have the chute control left and right, and of course the auger engage, or actually that is the gear engage and the auger engage, and left and right turning control. So we bought this off of a lovely couple, older couple in Sundre, Alberta, that had a 15-foot sidewalk, and they thought it was a little bit too much for that amount of shoveling, so they decided to sell it. So this has maybe 5 uses on it, if that, not a scratch on it, and the price was just fantastic. Now I believe that these retail in Canada for about $1,500 brand new, and I paid significantly less than that for it. So happy with the purchase, and so I'm going to check the levels, which I haven't done since I brought it home, and we're going to check the gas and the oil and just make sure everything is tight, and then we're going to take it out around the shop and give it a go. One of the things I'm going to have to adjust are the skid plates here, which keep the snowblower a certain distance off the ground. Now we'll probably have to raise it just a bit. I guess if you're on a sidewalk you can have it skid right on the bottom, but because we have a gravel driveway I don't want to be picking up stones and things like that, so I'm just going to raise it up a little bit, and we can always adjust it again if we find that it's too high or too low. Quick fix, a couple of bolts, push the plates down. It has a toothed auger, and I'm pretty sure there would be a shear bolt in there somewhere in case you catch something big and doesn't want to work. A little piece of plastic in case you get snow clogged in there. You can stick that in there rather than your hands. Now I'm assuming you'll turn it off first. A light for night work. Now we try to avoid that, but in the event that we do that, it's there, and like I say, not a scratch on this thing. Now we're hoping that this takes care of our shoveling problem around the shop. This model, as I guess nowadays most models, have an electric start. It doesn't come with a battery, but you plug it in with a cord into a standard 120 plug and press the red button, and it will turn the starter over and hopefully get your motor going. But it also has a pull start, and that seems to have worked so far, getting it on and off the truck. So in the event you want to just turn right or left, these little levers here on the bottom, as it's engaged, you pull it left. If you pull the one on the left, it'll start turning left because it will disengage probably the left tire and keep the right tire going. And the same on the other side, there's a lever for that as well. And so you have steering. Now I'm assuming that being only a 24-inch snowblower, it's not very hard to handle. We bought this primarily for Mrs. From the Woods because she does most of the shoveling behind the shop. Okay, well, I've quickly checked the oils and the gas. The gas is a bit old. It kind of has that old gas smell to it, so I'm going to probably just add some fresh to that just to mix it up a bit, and we'll run this tank dry, and then of course we'll start using fresh gas. So on the left hand side here, it's got the start key, or actually that is, you disengage that and you can't start the motor. You've got your primer pump there, and you've got your choke and gas up top there. So the unit has 2 skid plates here, that I'm going to raise a little bit so that the deck or the auger is just a little bit off the ground, because we don't want to catch any rocks. So I think I'm probably going to start with about, I don't know, 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4, and see how that goes first. What I did was put some 5/8 scrap plywood underneath that back blade there, which probably scoops up the snow, and then lowered the skid plates down to meet the floor. If that's not enough or too much, we'll just come back in and adjust it then, but we'll give this a try to start. Let's head outside and start this sucker up. That started on the first pull on a cold engine, so I'm happy with that. Sounds like it's got to get through some bad gas for a little bit, but anyway, this is what we're talking about around the shop here. This is from the woods, pushes the snow on the north side of the shop all the way into that opening so I can pick it up with the tractor, and that's a fair amount of work when we have a lot of snow. Now last night we got about 3 to 4 inches roughly, so, and it's light and fluffy, but with both of us getting on in age, this snowblower is going to come in handy. And then coming around to the east side of the shop, here we have our water storage. This too, this is from the wood shovels by hand. We bought one of these push scoops, which helps, but when there's a lot of snow. And then we're coming on the south side of the shop, which again we'll probably use the snowblower again for shooting it onto the driveway before I plow with the tractor. So that's a fair amount of time spent shoveling snow just around the shop. Now the unit's probably warmed up a little bit. Let's see what it can do. Well, we got one more piece to do. Now this is a pile that Mrs. From the Woods put here from the last snowfall, so it's been sitting for a bit. Couldn't get at it with the tractor because the trailer was in the way. So let's just see if it'll auger through this and see how it does against that. That made quick work of this north side of the shop. 4 passes. Did a really good job. The ground's still pretty soft here. We've had a really exceptionally warm fall. Nothing's really frozen back here, and it's still kind of digging up a bit of gravel. So I think we've got the height pretty well right on the scooper blade on the bottom of the auger. And maybe as it freezes, we can lower it a bit. But overall, I think it did a great job. Well, first impressions of the Husqvarna ST224 is thumbs up. Yeah, great little machine. Of course, we'll have to see how it holds up with working around here, longevity, and how it holds up maintenance-wise. But so far, I think it's got enough power to auger through a fair amount of stuff, small enough that Mrs. From the Woods can handle it. Nice compact machine, easy to use, not too heavy to maneuver, and of course there will always be you know, getting used to the operation of the machine with the handles and the gauges and bits and the bobs and that sort of thing, but I'm sure we'll catch on pretty quick. Anyway, quite impressed with our first impressions of this machine. All right, well, that's our video for today. I think the Husqvarna ST224 did a fantastic job. I think it's going to be a great addition to our equipment around here, make shoveling in the winter a bit easier, and yeah, I think even Mrs. From the Woods is going to enjoy it. Maybe it's a present for me, not Mrs. From the Woods. We'll have to see. At any rate, this is also our 100th video, so I'd like to thank all the viewers and all the subscribers for tuning in all the time. Kind of a fun hobby, and hope that you liked this video, and if you did, we would love it if you would subscribe and like and share, and join us again for another video coming soon. Thanks for watching.